Hello everybody and welcome to Europe. Copenhagen Open 2024 is about to begin from the MPO side. Earlier this morning we saw the FPO start their Europe stretch from this beautiful Valbyparken disc golf park near the ocean, under a mile from the ocean. And welcome to the studio in Helsinki. My name is Esa-Pekka Tupala and with me Teemu Nissinen. Welcome Teemu once again.
Thank you. Very excited to see how the MPO players play today. We have seen some hot scores already and weather looks great, so exciting weekend ahead.
And we are gonna see a battle today. Last year Mauri Vilman and Samuel Hänninen had a fierce battle until the very end, should we say. And we are gonna see a flashback from that tournament now.
Oh no, he didn't take that much time on that one. I think he should have.
But it's going to be a nervy putt. But he's able to straddle out and get a good look at it. Gets it in easy,
There
no
you
worries.
go, and
Great finish there.
this means we're most likely gonna get a playoff.
It's going to be a nervy putt for Mauri. He's only about 4 or 5 meters away, but he obviously knows what the implications are.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit further than I was thinking. This is not the easiest one when you're
No. The wind is down, but the gallery is there.
to get a playoff.
And yes, he does it without a doubt. Fantastic display of wonderful disc golf here in Valbyparken, and we are going to see some more.
I think
Taking a lot of time. I really like this. It's not stressing it.
No hurry.
yes. Listen to that.
The gallery erupts with elation. What a clutch putt that was. That was a really difficult lie.
And some highlights from the Copenhagen Open 2023 there. Mauri Vilman took the title here and he's going to be in our feature card, in our first feature card today. But Samuel Hänninen will be teeing off soon with the second feature card. And here are the broadcast times for this weekend. FPO starts 9:40 a.m. local time and MPO 3:40 p.m. local time in Denmark. And you can find the live action on Disc Golf Network and the post-production on the MDG Media channel. But Disc Golf Network is back in Europe once again, second year in a row with a full tour. We have 5 players from the US battling against Europe's finest players here. In Denmark, Paul Uliberry and Greg Barsby are representing the US. Dennis Meister and the young gun are battling out on home soil. Hjalte Jensen and the legend Carl-Johan Naibo, they both are on our feature cards today. Nordics versus rest of the world. Some points to see today. Teemu, we saw the FPO tackle the course and we saw some remarkable scores compared to last year. How do you feel the MPO will play this new course?
I think the weather looks great. Course is very gettable, so I hope we're gonna see some double-digit numbers today. Earlier, the scores are looking that it's a birdie festival this weekend, so let's continue that.
And we have new statistical analysis for you on the other side of the screen. You asked for it and we are gonna deliver some new facts and statistical things coming at you. And we have now a new thing called the hole weight meter. So we have holes 1, 12 and 18 on the spot out.
Yeah, they have been playing the hardest over the years. So this is not just from last year, but this is from years behind. And they seem to be tricky. And in the morning, they show that as well. So we'll see what's happening on those holes.
And one could say that those are the holes that we have seen the biggest score separations in one hole. So double bogeys, triple bogeys even, to those birdies and maybe eagles. So
yeah.
Watch out for those 3 holes and we are gonna tell you more about them soon enough.
Open champion, Paul McBeth!
We're continuing the 40th anniversary celebration of both the AVR and the XD. We're bringing back the hands stamp for the AVR in a KC Galactic plastic.
If there is any disc that is iconic to disc golf, it's the AVR.
And in the XD, the original AVR XD artwork coming back. And this is available in a metal flake black star.
So you want to throw further. Okay, here's the plan. Step 1, join the Power Disc Golf Academy. Step 2, watch Holland Hanley's lessons on how to properly select discs that are appropriate for your skill level. Step 3, watch Paul Ulibarri's X-Step lessons to help you build a solid foundation for generating power. Step 4, watch Simon Lazat's lessons on upper body mechanics to make sure you're giving the disc the best opportunity for distance. Step 5, watch Ezra Aderhold's max distance lessons to build your most powerful swing. Step 6, use our fieldwork drills to dial it all in. And the last step, go out and crush your personal best distance record. Ready? Go.
Simon in for the birdie. He's just been making these like it's nothing. There's just no problem. That putt has looked so good this week. Another nice birdie for Simon.
Oh my
Come on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's a perfect putt.
2024 MPO champion, Simon Lazat!
Welcome back to Copenhagen, Denmark, and we're gonna jump right up to the tee number 1 with our second feature card.
From Jyväskylä in Finland, sponsored by Pro Discus and Merrell. Please give a big round of applause for Samuel Henninen. Second up on tee, hailing from Copenhagen in Denmark, 13-time Danish champion, captain of the Discraft Europe team, sponsored by Discraft. Give it up, Carl Johan KJ Nyborg. The next player is sponsored by Latitude 64, coming from. Please give a big round of applause for Jakub Semerad. And the last player on the first of two feature card here at Copenhagen Open in Valbyparken. He's coming all the way from Rock Hill, United States of America. He is the team captain of Team Discraft. Give it up. Show him your love. Uliberry. Make sure to support our players.
And our second feature card is off, and we saw some interesting decisions. I mean, two of those were not exactly decisions.
Yeah, Samuel and KJ went a bit too early. Samuel ended up OB. KJ got very lucky, hit the tree, stayed in bounds, and yeah, Jakub and Paul are ideal position for birdie.
Here's Paul. Great skip shot, almost into the bullseye for the birdie. And that's how you want to start. And he got lucky. He was about half a meter, about 2-3 feet from the out of bounds. But that counts.
Yep.
Jakub had a perfect drive. And we've seen really interesting figures on this hole number one, and still those total round scores have been really low.
No, me either. I was not hearing anything. That's why I was like super.
Samuel Hanninen, just about 10 meters. That's good job. And Naibo just a bit left. That's gonna be a par for him. Semerat cards the birdie. That's how you want to start. And that's a birdie for Mr. Yulibari right there. So we see Karl Johan take his par. He's gonna want to make that better on the next round.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. Seems like Samuel got par after OB, and KJ got a par as well.
So the current conditions by the weather. We have temperature about 59 degrees Fahrenheit, humidity about 75%, some medium to mild winds. Surprisingly calm, for we are almost in the shore of the ocean. And for we are in Denmark, the weather can change almost instantly, but we are hearing from up below that higher up that we should have a clear weekend ahead. As we take a look at Lauri Lehtinen's scorecard from earlier today.
Yeah, Lauri played very great round, -9, leads the tournament at the moment, and what a fire for he started. eagle on hole number 1. That's something that you don't see every day.
That is an amazing score for the hole number 1, and only 1 bogey on the scorecard. And earlier today we saw from FPO, Anniken Steen had 2 triple bogeys and 1 bogey, and still she managed to get under par. So
yeah,
anything can happen here.
Yeah, but for Lauri, you can see his greening regulation was 72 and circle 1x 77 and no circle 2 putts. So he actually left a couple out there. So I expect to see maybe 12 or 13 down later this tournament. So we'll see. We'll see how these players attacks to the course.
That's it. And again, we are at Valbyparken Disc Golf Course. And this course, like many other European disc golf courses, are originally landfill places. And now there is a public park and a big, gorgeous garden that you can see many, many times during this round from our beautiful drone footage clips. Now to the tee of number 2 with Jakub Semerad. Rightly so, the players gave some signals to the spectators to back up a little bit.
Jakub seems to take a route that I've never seen before.
That seems like a Simon route to me.
Yeah, I can tell I have played Copenhagen course probably 6 or 7 years, and previously there was no gap on the right side, so they have reinvented the new line. Yuli's taking more traditional.
He gets a kiss from the tree. If this stays, it might be a bit far behind the bush.
We'll see. Got still a decent kick.
And Hänninen, it's the first big bush on the fairway. Nybo. It's a bit tight, but it turns. Does it slide? That's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty much ideal. You have like a 60-meter approach to the green.
The people in the white shirts, and when they hold up their signs, we set that so that the players can focus.
We are soon ready to give the tee number 1 to the first feature card.
Last card of this day, and the second of the 2 featured cards in the MPO division. First up on the tee box in this Copenhagen Open in Valbyparken, Denmark, sponsored by Prodigy from Vasalemma in Estonia. Please give a big round of applause for Mauri Vilman. Next up on the tee from Esbjerg in Denmark, sponsored by Discmania and Disc Import. Give a big round of applause, Hjalte Jensen. Third up on the tee, we welcome back a player from Grass Valley in the United States of America. He's a world champion from 2018, sponsored by Innova, Pit Viper Sunglasses, and Millennium. Give your love, Greg Barsby. Next up, we have one of the top players in the Disc Golf Pro Tour in the States. Recently a winner on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, sponsored by Discmania. Hailing from Kuopio in Finland. Give some love, Niklas Anttila.
And Niklas Anttila was thought to be out of bounds by both of us in the booth, but it happens to be so that he's a great thrower of a disc.
Yeah, there we see three guys in the fairway. Unfortunately, Hjalte went a bit too long, and he will be out of bounds, but he has a great angle to the green, so hopefully he can manage to save a par.
Samuel Hänninen on number 2. That's a long chip forehand from the knee. Jakub Semerad, second shot on number 2. He's going straight, but this is low and it doesn't get into this circle. And Yulibari looking up.
Yeah, he have to go over the right side. Big spike hyzer. We'll see.
This is really spiking down, and that's great.
Yeah, I think he just stayed. The OB behind the basket is like 4 meters away, and he somehow managed to use that area and is just behind the basket, probably in the bullseye.
Hjalte Jensen. This is now his third on hole number 1 after going out of bounds. This needs to stay. That's fine. 5 meters left for the par. Mauri Vilman. I was also fearing for his disc to go out of bounds. That's skipping nicely into the bullseye. 1 meter left for the bird.
Yeah, for righty, that's such a great angle because you have to throw a very low ceiling shot, but when you're kind of like short and left, you have this hyzer skip shot into the green, and it just looks like automatic for these guys.
Greg Barsby here, second throw, and Barsby knows these European courses. I mean, Teemu, you have played for tens of years, one could say. What's the earliest thing you can remember from Greg Barsby?
I think Greg is one of the first guys that actually came to Europe, and he felt in love straight away. I think he came at least 2013 European Open, and he said right after the first time that he really enjoys the vibes here, and he makes sure that he gets here every year, and he usually not play just European Open, but he tried to visit as many countries as possible in Europe.
Mikael Santtila there, showing why he's here.
Yeah, that's 2 textbook shots and a dropping birdie, and on to the next one.
You already saw that before. Yeah.
You would certainly enjoy the birdie here on number 1, but if you find the out of bounds, the par is still savable. Jakub not able to get that one in. Hänninen.
That's a birdie.
That's a birdie.
Like, he was so much out of the position, but managed to cut the corner and get into the green.
A Naibo, top band and rolling backwards.
Yeah, he's in... It was pretty much exact same distance than on the first hole, and some early struggles for KJ.
And a great looking crowd there at Copenhagen on Friday afternoon. We'll see you after the break. All the MPO players are on the field this opening day in Copenhagen Open Valby Park Disc Golf Course. And Greg Barsby, you're gonna see his shot from the tee of number 2. And it's a big skip and it gets one, and that's great shot from Greg Barsby. Curious to see what Niklas does here. I'd say he's aiming to the left side.
Yeah, just a straight drive, this gentle fade.
That's not too gentle. This is a dogleg par 4, one of the easier par 4s here.
Yeah, definitely. This is, I say, these like more like a one-shot par 4s that if you execute off the tee very well, then it's relatively easy to get a birdie. But it's all about your first shot.
Now the young gun from Denmark, Hjalte Jensen. And now stop. And that's it. Great shot from Jensen.
Yeah, it's just you don't want to get to the bush right there.
Never again.
And in short, and it's all like these.
This garden is beautiful from high above, from the drone. We're gonna see Mauri Wilman's shot from the tee just a moment ago. He went with the sidearm. It's a great play, as we saw from Greg Barsby. Let's go through. Clips just a bit, but that's manageable. Niklas Anttila on hole number 2. Is he going the same route than Samuel Hanninen a moment ago?
Yeah, I think he's tried to go over the bushes with some hyzer flip. Get back to the fairway, but he's like 30 meters, maybe 25 meters away from the basket.
We are so happy to have this nice weather here. It could be horrible. And you have competed here about 5 or 6 times, Teemu.
Yeah, something like that. This used to be one of the biggest Euro Tour stops, and it was always again at the season opener, where all the best players kind of gather up together. So good memories from Copenhagen. Also, they hosted a major 2013. So.
And this is usually the first tournament of the year, but now that this Disc Golf Pro Tour Europe starts a bit late, those leaves have grown on the trees. As we see Mauri Wilman's upshot. That's how you do it.
Yeah, typical time when Copenhagen Open was held, it was always usually on mid to late April. Maybe latest like early May, but it was always a time that the bushes starts to, grow and get all the leaves, but now it's looks like a summer, so it makes the holes a lot more tighter and scrambling harder. So we'll see how they manage to survive it here.
Matti Jensen takes the full focus before the throw. He goes a bit higher. Ooh. And stay in bounds. I can't call that. It seems to be out, but it might be touching the ground on the other side of the stream.
Yeah, looked like he got a red flag there. That's exactly how you want to do it.
Niklas Anttila. This would be a great birdie outside circle 2. What a great beat and stay it does. Solid beat from Niklas, although there was the OB behind the basket. Mauri Vilman for the birdie. This is about 8 to 9 meters away. And he's 2 for 2. That's a deadly start.
Yeah, that's a solid start from a defending champion. It's exactly what we saw earlier today. Kaidi Alsalu, who was defending champion in FPO side. She started 4 in a row. Let's see how many Vilman can take it.
Niklas Anttila now saving the par, just outside bullseye. This hole is relatively easy compared to some others, but this is one of the easiest to mess up. So sometimes you have to take your medicine and move forward. Beautiful Copenhagen scenery from higher up. And here is the leaderboard from the top 10 players at this moment. Daniel Davidsson already tied first place, 9 under through 14 holes. Lauri Lehtinen, Rasmus Saukko-Riipi and Otto Mäkinen also 9 under, and all of those 4 are Finnish players.
Yeah, Daniel is known to play good here. He actually won Copenhagen Open in 2022, and that's probably still his biggest victory on today. That was back in the day. It was a European Pro Tour event. So
looking for live scores, or are you curious who's leading in park percentage this year? You can see the live scores and stats from all Pro Tour events and season-long DGPT stats at dgpt.com. Remember to scan that QR code for more info. As we go on to fly over hole number 3, par 4, 267 meters, 876 feet.
This seems to be today the hardest hole for the field, mainly because of the length. This is a new hole for this year, and interesting to see. We saw on FPO side, some players took the right side like through the trees, and some went like more the traditional route and played a big Anheuser. So let's see how our future card what they're gonna do. But I expect we're gonna see probably both options used here as well.
Mauri Wilman will be the first on the tee, last year's champion here from Copenhagen Open.
I think it looks like that he's looking on the right side gap with the sidearm.
Skip now, please. That's solid. And Greg Barsby also going through with the flex forehand. Niklas Anttila up next. Is Niklas thinking about a huge Anheuser, or is he going through? He's looking to go through, I think. He was, and where is he gonna end up?
He might be actually OB, but he tried to go through the trees with a roller to get some extra distance, but unfortunately hit left side of the tree, and I think they're waiting.
Hjalti Jensen also going for the gap on the right. And that gets caught up. Let's jump onto hole 4 for the tee shots. First, Mr. Paul Uliberry. Uliberry took that a bit too straight. Let's see if Jakub can do better. He's also going straight. Can it hyzer? That's challenging the out of bounds. That is in, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Still be like is behind those tall grass area. Yuli started hot, 3 under through 3. So he's looking very good at the very beginning. Let's see if Cajun can turn his ship.
Clipping the tree, still getting around circle 2's edge, but that's a tough putt to run for the raised basket, and there's out of bounds behind. Hjalte Jensen, number 3. This is far right from the main fairway. Oh. Is he going through? Seems so. Does he gain anything from it? I don't believe so. He might be trapped. Once again, Niklas Anttila almost ringing the bell on number 2. And you're gonna see those long beats on the putting green today, folks. The course is practically board flat. There is no highs, no lows on this course, as it is an old landfill site. Nowadays it's a public park, as you can see those joggers and bicycles going all around. And we are happy to enjoy beautiful sceneries in the form of disc golf course here in this park. And at least I'm happy to be here in May, not in April, for there are those beautiful green leaves now. Greg Barsby's second. Does it turn for him? Barely enough and goes through. He's putting.
Yeah, I think he's just outside the circle. It was a bit too early for Greg, but also it was a long way, and get it all the way with the sidearm is pretty impressive. I think Mauri has the best angle you can ask for left side from the fairway. And
does he give it enough width? I think that's genius, that taller grass there before the circle 1, for if you are short you will stay there.
Yeah, you don't get the extra skip, and but Mauri have now just out the circle, another birdie look, and let's see if he can go 3 in a row to start the tournament.
So from last year, comparing to last year, the holes 1 and 2 were exactly the same, and hole 3 was actually a 89-meter par 3, but now this year it's practically combining the old holes number 3 and 4, if I am correct. And after this, the holes 4 to 6 are completely new in this park. The back 9 is almost identical to last year's. Niklas Anttila going low. I like this play. And so does Niklas.
That was Niklas' 4th throw. He went out of bounds on the first shot, and he placed on his 3rd shot in the fairway, and now he's looking at tapping bogey.
He was hoping to be there on his first.
Yeah, bit slow start for Niklas, but lots of birdie opportunities coming, so just matter of keeping the scorecard clean from now on.
Daniel Davidsson has risen above the other 3 Finns. He's now 10 under through 15 holes. Hjalte Jensen, he just wants the par now, but how does he do it? There is the tall grass between him and the basket, and some low branches. That's how you do it. Great shot from Hjalte. Great to see all those spectators coming up to the course, even though it's still Friday afternoon. Next we have Paul Ulibarri on the tee of 5. Par 3, 348 feet. About 105 meters.
Now you're gonna see a trick shot. He's gonna throw extremely flippy disc with high hyzer, and the disc turns.
And that goes straight for Paul.
Yeah.
He wanted that to curl fast.
Yeah, that's a tricky hole. It turns 90 degree to the right, and it's low ceiling and hot tall grass. So, unfortunately, his disc didn't turn enough.
Greg Barsby for the birdie. Circle 2. Oh, and the length was completely perfect, but just a bit high. I love seeing Greg Barsby here this early in the season.
Yeah, he brings good energy to the tournament and the crowd, and European crowds especially loves Greg here. So great to see them here.
Mauri Wilman for the birdie. About 13 meters away. It's about 42 feet. And that spin putt of Mauri's is a deadly lethal weapon, but now it was just a bit low. And Barsby actually got a pretty significant skip on the top of the basket.
Yeah, he had like a 8-meter putt for save his par. So this is key.
And that's it. Great job from Greg.
Yeah, those are key putts to keep the momentum going and not give easy strokes to the field.
Mauri Wilman tapping in the par. Niklas Anttila, unfortunately, the bogey. But as we were talking a couple of moments ago, Niklas can still turn the tables. Nothing is lost. You will get a bogey here, bogey there. But not if you're Daniel Davidson on the first round. It seems like so. I'm knocking the wood here.
Yeah, he have incredible stats. Circle 2, 100%. Circle 1x, 86. And green in regulation, 73. Bogey free, 10 down, 15 holes. And 5 in a row. And last 3, I would say, are quite gettable. So it would be interesting to see if he can go 8 in a row to end his round. But great round so far, and hopefully he can keep the momentum. Here we see flyover in hole 4. This is the 60th, 133 meters for the MPO field. Pretty simple shot, just flat shot through the gap and let the disc do the work in the end of the flight pad with the right-handed backhand shot. I expect probably, I would say, 2 to 3 birdies, and this group would be ideal, but you really want to take advantage on these holes.
Mauri Wilman on the tee. And that clips a branch but still gets on going. Does it get a skip? No, it doesn't.
That seems to be the miss that players having. either they throw very well or they just clip on the right side. So people seems to pulling the drives bit too much right on this hole.
And it's not even middle of the May. We already have tens of thousands of clover flowers there on the fairway. Oh, this is far for Greg.
Yeah,
He flipped that one totally over.
Yeah, that's OB big time. Turn it way too much on the drive. I would say even Greg Arms, he should just play flat shot with the fade, but unfortunately he turned his drive over and now looking the bogey at best.
Let's see if Hjalte can get the angle correct. And I was talking about the clovers because we all know that they have really thick leaves in the ground and they really can stop the disc if it comes in too steep of an angle. This is looking better. And he gives himself a fist bump. This is looking great for Hjalte. And it has the power to skip forward. It's still on the circle's edge. And Niklas Anttila. We've seen dozens and dozens of these kind of shots from Niklas already this season. Hard straight with a fade, but this left his hand a bit early. And now he's fighting for the par. So we see Jakub Semerad on hole number 6. This is a bit overturned. Does it stop? Yeah, that's fine. In the circle. Ulibarri, I think he missed the gap he was aiming at, unfortunately. And that clips the brands for Nybo. How about Samuel Hanninen? No. Not a great bunch of shots. And thank you to Flight Factory for these drone shots. And remember to get your 15% off all dynamic disc products in stock with the code DDO24. Niklas Anttila. This is still about 50 to 60 meters away. Takes it high, takes it right, and that's 4 meters for the par. Niklas has had an amazing season. I think we could say the best season so far for him.
Yeah, and what I especially have liked about it is that Niklas tends to have usually like a slow start of the season. He usually plays the first couple, 2, 3, 4 months like so, and then during July-ish time he starts to pick up in his game and have been playing his best always in August, July time, and yeah, now he started great right off the bat, so got the first victory.
He finally got it.
Yeah, MPO player, so very excited to see how he managed the rest of the season.
It's high for Barsby. Ooh, what a run. Almost cutting the par there. Barsby has that amazing amount of experience from those touchy upshots and practically any kind of shot. So that's one reason why it is so fun to follow him, because anything can happen and he can run those discs far away.
Yeah, and I think Barsby's best at it to run from like 100 150 feet, he usually always try to actually throw it in the basket when others just laying up. So
Willman a bit short once again. And Hjalte Jensen now has a chance to pick up a stroke from the whole card.
yeah, and it would be very, very important putt for Hjalte just to get his round going. He's even on the first 3 holes and have had some somewhat sloppy mistakes. He went OB on the first 2 holes and 03 hit the first 3, so let's see if he can connect this.
The height was correct, but the aim was not. That misses the basket. He's still in bounds. That's gonna be a par if he gets this one in. And almost, but that's gonna be a bogey for Hjalte. An unexpected turn for him. Even if it is the first round, you really want to capitalize on those spots here and this Valbyparken disc golf course. Mauri Willman for the par. That's a bit high, but that stays in.
This hole didn't well too good for our feature card. I thought about we would see 2 to 3 birdies, but we ended up seeing a couple bogeys and a couple pars. So
yeah, I thought so too.
And actually, Niklas have still some work to do for his par. So
I really like how Niklas takes his full routine through, even if it's 2 meters, if it's 20 meters, he does it every time. And that is one of those reasons why he's on the top most of the time. Hjalte Jensen will cart the bogey, unfortunately, from hole number 4. Jakub Semerad, great putt for the birdie from hole 6. Some pars to pick up from the group. Carl-Johan Nybo, he switched from Innova to Discraft, I believe, about 1.5 years ago, if I'm correct. And he is still hunting for a big victory on those new shirts with the new discs. Let's go to see Daniel Davidsson, our outright leader at this point. This was hole 16, drive. Sorry, 17. And that's a tough spot to be putting from. There's the 1 tree, and then there's the out of bounds to miss on that drive. Daniel is showing you the typical Finnish enjoyment and happiness.
he actually took the birdie on 16, so he's 6 in a row and 11 down. Let's see if he can keep the momentum rolling, but I think he might be in a tough spot on 17, and I don't know, can he even run the putt?
Even the 12 down on this a bit chillier of a day, this Friday, it's a really, really great score. As we fly over hole number 5, this par 3, where we saw Paul Ulibarri try the roller play moments ago, this cuts hard to the right, and it might be the forehand hole for the right-hand throwers, but the roller is pretty high odds too.
Yeah, I think if you, especially if you want to get like very short distance from the basket, then the roller probably is the only play. The low ceiling branches will catch the high sidearm shots, but with the sidearm you can get to like circle's edge at least, but we'll see how they manage to do it.
Mauri Vilman, great shot from him. He's in circle 2. Niklas Anttila.
He's gonna play a roller.
Niklas is a master in those rollers, and he's showing us why. He's just outside circle 1. Perfect shot. And I'm saying perfect, well aware that that's not in circle 1, but this is a really hard hole to get into the circle.
Yeah, seems to be one of the trickiest hole on the course. Relatively simple to just take a par, but getting close to the basket, it seems to be very, very hard.
Barsby. Oh, he gets through the trees.
And I think that's just inside the circle, but you can't get much closer than that.
Yeah.
The tall grass doesn't give you any sort of bigger skips.
Jensen totally has the distance. Does he have the right line? And that's too wide, and he knows it. He gets the skip, and that's inside circle 2, so that's decent.
He pulled just a bit too far left on his drive, and but he needs something. So maybe he can just start with the putting one circle 2 putt in and switch the momentum.
On to Jakub Semerad on hole number 7. This is an island hole, 305 feet, and the island is about the size of circle 2. Would you say?
Yeah, but on the right and left side there's actually a bit more room, but like on the short, it's like I think it's inside the circle 2, just like if you
going from tee to the pin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's relatively wide, but it's very close behind the basket. It's just
a bit
like
more like elliptical of an OB.
Yeah. So it's like 4 meters right behind the basket. And the tricky thing is as well is that if you're coming with any sort of speed and just in front of the basket there's a road, so it can take a big skip.
And there is a great contrast here on many of these holes, as you see Hjalte Jensen putting for the birdie. There is tall grass near circle 1, even in circle 1, and then there are those park roads that can really mess up your game. You can glide with them to the out of bounds.
Yeah.
But this one, hitting the flag. Great line though. How about Mauri Vilman for the birdie, circle 2. Here's the line, and same result. And they are on top of each other there. Just about 7 meters left for the par, both Vilman and Jensen. Niklas confirming that it's his turn. For the birdie. And that's a bit low. All 3 putts right on the line, just a bit high. How about Greg Barsby? Can he show us the birdie here on hole number 5? About 8 meters away, 24 feet. And he can. Well done, Greg. That's a great birdie to score.
That's the way to rain it down. That's the way to rain it down.
Yeah, it is, Greg.
Go.
How about Jensen and Wilman? Still a short putt for the par, but you never can underestimate those putts. Solid saves from both of them, and Niklas will card a par from the bullseye. That's it. Let's go visit Daniel Davidsson on hole number 17. Oh, and actually this is already hole 18. The tee of hole 18. The monster par 5. And the OB island number 1 has been newly constructed. It's shorter now, so it really takes a big risk if you want to go over the out of bounds with the first shot.
And grow the sport.
I think this golfing can improve our community in many ways. It brings people together.
That maybe some of these kids who feel a little bit lost could find something like disc golf, find friends, find people to come together and play the sport.
Encouraging people to work together, kids to know one another, love one another.
A way for these kids to have a really fun thing to do together.
I think that's what we need in the world, love one another and do life together.
Some of my favorite discs in my bag are the A-Series discs. They're the ones I lean on to get close to the basket. These are torque-resistant discs, provide a consistent fade at the end of the flight. The best way to find your flight is to get out and use these discs yourself. Some of my favorite discs in my bag are the A-Series discs. They're the ones I lean on to get close to the basket, and each of them have a consistent grip. So as you cycle through the series, you won't have to change the way that you hold the disc. These are torque-resistant discs that are more stable than the PA series, provide a consistent fade at the end of the flight. The best way to find your flight is to get out and use these discs yourself.
Back to Copenhagen Open 2024, the first stop of the Disc Golf Pro Tour Europe. We have 6 Silver Series events and 5 Elite Series events, from which you can gather full points to the Disc Golf Pro Tour that is played in the United States. From those Silver Series tournaments, you can't get any points to the higher Disc Golf Pro Tour. wallet, should we say, to your point account. Davidson, second throw. Oh, number 18. Oh, that's turning, and there is out of bounds on the right. He gets a green flag. I was sure that's out of bounds.
Yeah, that turned way too much to the right. Luckily stayed in bounds, and hopefully he can give the clean scorecard till the end. Hole 18 is one of the harder holes on the course, so you don't want to blow up your great day on the course on the last hole.
And if he's in bounds, he might still be able to get for the birdie. There's about 70 meters.
Yeah, probably like that. He could be a little bit pinched on the right side, so if he can found the gap, but let's see.
Daniel has huge power, so that second shot might have gone a great way towards the pin. Now, Greg Barsby ready to throw those ancient discs of his on hole number 6. This is a shorter side of the hole, par 3, 335 feet, about 100 meters. There's a tight gap from the tee, a bit of an opening, and then the basket lays tucked in the middle of those trees.
Yeah, it's very challenging, very low ceiling, narrow gap. So let's see. Greg chooses his trusty forehand.
Oh, nicks the tree just a bit.
And I think there is OB on the right side, where is the road, but I think he maybe stayed in bounds.
Mauri Wilman is looking left. Mauri Wilman. I can't see the disc.
Yeah, I think that play is more like just to get it somewhere in circle 2. Kind of like a safe play. I think this shot really suits Niklas Heiser flip backhand. So let's see if he can execute. Little slow start for Niklas. Even par after 5, so desperately need something.
Seems like a fairway driver for me.
It's too low and
cut rolls. The basket placement is a bit similar to USDGC hole 15, where the basket is tucked under those tiny trees, low branches. How about Hjalte Jensen? He's going through the middle. He has a faster driver. He's gonna do a forehand flex shot. And he clips a tree. Does he stay in bounds?
Yeah, definitely. I can lean.
But I'm not. Daniel Davidson. For the circle. He's gonna lay up under the basket.
Right in the corner.
We're still waiting for the confirmation if that's gonna be for the birdie or par. Either way, great round from Davidson.
yeah. From my eye, it looked like that he went actually OB on the second shot. then that would mean there's no score on that.
We're gonna get that confirmation soon enough.
But most likely, he didn't birdie the hole. That's for sure. So I think it's par or bogey. But most likely double digits are.
Yeah,
are
I believe so. Niklas Anttila after the drive, hole 6. Yeah, now it is marked that Davidson took the bogey, so he might have still been out of bounds on the second shot. Niklas really hoped something different from this start of his round 1.
Yeah, it was textbooks birdie on the hole 1, and then it's been a bit more quiet after 5 holes after that. So disc golf is weird sometimes, because when you get the momentum and the flow, then the birdies will just rain. But when you get to the par train, it's just very hard to get out of it. So you need just like a one very well executed shot, take a birdie, and then hopefully he can shift the direction.
Greg Barsby is opting for the forehand flick. I don't believe he has a chance to run this. Or am I wrong? I was wrong, but that's a solid upshot. About 6 meters left for the par.
Well, I wanted to go up to talk it up.
Is there anyone else in disc golf world that can putt higher than Greg and still get the putter in the basket?
Yeah, he has a very unique style, and he have proven over the years that is his style and it works. He's a world champion.
It truly is so. Hjalte Jensen, and this is for bogey. And it's the top band for young Hjalte Jensen. As you can see, folks, anything can happen in Valbyparken.
Yeah, I think for Hjalte, it's just like he has also played mostly in States last couple of years. Now he coming back to home soil, feature card, and then Elite Series tournament. So nerves have really got him early this round, but hopefully he can. I think he just needs a birdie or two, and then he can loosen it up a little bit. But
yes,
at the moment, nothing really goes on his way.
Barsby for par. That's it. Niklas Anttila is known to have ice in his veins, just like most of the people who follow any sports at all know Kimi Räikkönen from Formula 1. And Silva Saarinen is actually one FPO player from Finland, whom you have seen playing in Champions Cup and done well this season already. But she also is really keeps those emotions low and doesn't really show any side of the emotion scale.
Exactly.
Jakub Semerad on hole number 9. And that's a great upshot from his tee shot, and that's an amazing birdie.
Yeah.
Paul Ulibarri also throws his second. Great tee shots from Yuli and Jakub. Your leaderboard, top 10 players One Daniel Davidsson, 10 under round today. And if the play was to stop now, he would have 3 other Finns on the lead card: Lauri Lehtinen, Rasmus Saukkoriipi, Otto Mäkinen. Lauri actually gave us some information that he actually had some troubles with the index finger in his throwing hand last weekend, and that's what ruined his Belgium Open. But now he seems to have found a fix for that.
Yeah, there was Silver Lat was 8 down through 13 holes, so he's playing a great round so far. So we might see some other double digits coming later this round. Here we see drone footage over this island green. I think Greg is gonna take a slow fairway driver and chip a sidearm there, and hopefully
and pick up the birdie.
Yeah. But it's a tricky hole. It's right in front of you, but needs good execution still.
This looks like a hole for Greg Barsby from the tee, and he shows us why.
Yeah.
Perfect flex forehand shot.
Yeah, the gap is a lot better with the sidearm. You can see the hanging, like from the right side, you have the low hanging branch that kind of catches the backhand right-handed shots, and they ended up usually coming very low. But with the sidearm, you have all the room. And you can throw a
this
little
needs the
flex
brakes,
shot.
and it gets them. Are we gonna see 4 sidearms? At least 3.
Yeah, even Niklas throws a sidearm, so that tells also a lot, since Niklas is known for, you have probably one of the best backhands in the game, especially when it comes to throwing less than 400 feet.
That's low, he needs a skip. And that's not inbounds for Niklas.
That was unfortunate, and yeah, he need a momentum switch. At the moment, it's not what we're used to see so far. Niklas have done great this season, and I don't know, maybe he feels pressure as well coming in Europe after a great season.
It might be so. He had 1 week off there just before this tournament. He didn't attend the Belgium Open. Let's roll back that Zuka replay for Greg Barsby, ladies and gentlemen. Flex forehand, perfect power. And Barsby can really utilize those faster drivers with lower speeds. He's a master with those flex shots. One other guy who is great with those forehand flex and flick shots is Paul Ulibarri.
Yeah, exactly. They both have a very similar playing style. Not the biggest arms off the tee, but lots of touch on a sidearm.
Talking about Paul Ulibarri, here he is moments ago putting for the birdie on hole number 9. Gets it done. Good putt from Paul. Carl Johan takes the par. Semerad, great birdie. We're gonna be there, folks, soon enough on hole number 9. That's not as easy as those players make it look. Gonna watch this tee shot from Niklas Anttila again, and he's not happy. But that reaction tells everything. Barsby takes the birdie. Niklas Anttila, another bogey. He's 1 over through 7 holes. That's something that I wasn't anticipating.
Yeah, very slow start for Niklas. But I think the middle and the back nine, like starting of the back nine, is a good stretch to catch some birdies. We saw Daniel Davidsson coming from 11 to 16. A good stretch of birdies there. So still a lot to play. If he managed to come up anything 6 under end of the day, I think that would be success looking things at the moment. But we will follow how the things are going.
And thank you all who have found their way to spectate this event live. As we see Jakub Semerad driving hole number 10. Our media director on the side, Juha Kytö, has told us that there are already 1,500 registered spectators to come up on this weekend to see live disc golf. And for this is a public park, those spectators and people can just pop up and get there without any notification whatsoever. Silver Lat 8 down to 13 still. Severi Saviniemi from Turku region, from Finland. And actually in Turku we have the second stop of the Disc Golf Pro Tour Europe. The Luolavuori Disc Golf Park is the scenery for Turku Open. And that is Severi's home course, as it is for Lenni Kemppainen, who's also tied 5th place there, 8 under. Lenni already ended his round earlier today. And as it happens, Luolavuori Disc Golf Park is also my home course. So that's going to be in great interest to see that in a couple of weeks. Jakub Semerad for the birdie on hole 10. And he cashes it in. Great job, Jakub. Greg Barsby doesn't get all the way through on hole number 8. Teemu, you had a nice nickname for this hole.
Yeah, it's called pinball, and after that shot, you probably know why it's called pinball.
Yeah, for a good reason.
Yeah. It usually, if you hit the tree, you got a couple more tree kicks as well, but it's very straightforward, only like 65 meters, so right in front of you.
Wilman hitting late 3. These kind of holes would really be great for Niklas to get some strokes back.
Yeah.
And I would be really surprised if he threw a sidearm here.
No, definitely. I think he will go backhand and stand still. The understable putter or mid-range.
Let's see what Hjalte Jensen can do. At this point he's 2 over par. This is looking great. Does it skate? It surely does. That's how you do it. Great bounce back after a couple of not so good holes.
Well, Niklas is going with the sidearm. For me, that's a sign that he's not trusting his touch backhand shots at the moment by 100%, then he just wants to hit the gap.
He's in the middle of the fairway after that pinball shot, luckily. Or maybe he just chose the sidearm for he wanted to make us look stupid. Might be. Let's roll back that Zuka replay for Hjalte Jensen. Perfect execution and perfect ground play. This ground is very, very slippery if you compare that it's still woods.
Yeah.
There are no stumps and no bumps.
One strategy on this hole is actually aim like I would say like almost like 30 meters short of the basket and just like throw it hard and let it slide.
Yeah, to the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes people throw maybe with mid-range or something, but like throw it low and hard and just slide it up there.
How about this, Niklas? Just a bit left. Another par look for Niklas Anttila. Currently 2 bogeys and 1 birdie for Niklas Anttila. He's 1 over par. Greg Barsby's second throw. Line and Anheuser putt. Yeah, that's a throw. Okay. Bridge. Yeah, that's a free speed toss right there. Greg has arrived here in Europe to play our frisbee golf, as we call it still. Mauri Vilman. His second is gonna be a jump putt of sorts. That's in the bullseye for the par.
A little harder from yours than mine.
Teemu, when was the last time you saw Niklas Anttila tied 94th place?
Mine was wide open.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often, but a lot to still play.
That's it.
But yeah, he needs to just get things together and go one shot at a time, but just shake it off.
Niklas takes the par. Barsby taking the par. Hjalte Jensen takes the birdie. Great birdie from the young gun. Hjalte is one of the furthest throwers in the world.
Yeah, he definitely have his strength on the distance side, and yeah, he uses that well in advantage on the open holes.
Here you have Teemu Lampainen. The winner of the Belgian Open last weekend, and he gets a really lucky kick there from the tree. Silver Lat coming after him.
Yeah, he stayed down through 14 holes, so I think he will go sidearm actually around the bush. I would expect so, like a big stalling sidearm.
Wow.
The left side bush ends up before the basket, so he can play a hyzer there for probably inside the circle, but didn't see where it ended up. This guy also has an arm.
Yeah. He's known to throw far. Christian Kuoksa. The speed with which that disc leaves his hand it's a bit terrifying when you're close to his throw.
Yeah, it's significant and very smooth form. And it was couple down.
Come out, please. That disc doesn't see daylight. Okay, Rippler, unfortunately. Hjalte Jensen on tee number 9. He goes with the roller. That is not a bad play if you get results like this.
Yeah, I think we will see couple rollers more in this hole. It's like easy to get some extra distance with the roller, and the air shots are kind of limited with the low ceiling, so sidearm or backhand roller is way to go, and looks like Barsby's also going with the roller. I think in best case scenario you can get almost to the open field with the roller. So
that's wide for Barsby.
It actually never turned enough. So he needed more angle.
Mauri Vilman. Is opting for the sidearm play. And that's not in the optimal position. How about Niklas Anttila? If I'm judging correctly, that's a neutral mid-range disc in his hand, and he's gonna try a turnover, slow turnover with the backhand. A bit of Annie. Does it glide? Does it miss everything? Almost. That's a great shot.
Yeah, that's perfect place, and maybe this was the shot that he needed. Now just good approach shot and take a birdie and move on.
And this is another hole, this one. Hole 11.
Yeah, short but extremely tricky because
There's a
of
triple Mando.
that.
Jakub hits the Mando.
Yep.
Leaderboard looks pretty much the same. Silverlat and Severi Saviniemi have advanced both one hole for the last checkup. They still have chances to go to the 10 under for sure.
Yeah, especially I think 16 and 17 are very gettable. 18 could be tricky, but just need a couple. I would say the second shot is the key on the hole 18. The first shot is fairly simple to lay it up on the specific place, but it's all about the second shot.
Yeah, in total, if we count the tied places, we have 15 players in the top 10 with the tie positions counted, and we have 3 players outside of Finland.
Yeah.
So 12 Finnish players rounding out our top 10, which contains 15 players at the moment. Barsby.
He's a long way from the pin, but I think he's opting at flex sidearm on the right gap. Let's see the execution.
Using all the fairway and just clips those branches, but he still has a solid beat from circle 2. It's uphill, it's a safe run.
Yeah, out of this hand it looked perfect, but it might hit the iron leaf there.
Yeah.
Infamous iron leaf.
What does Mauri Vilman have? He has got a couple of couple of windows to choose from.
Yeah.
I don't know if any one of them is good.
Yeah, you definitely have to go on the left side and with the sidearm, but it's not the biggest gap in the world.
And that tree in front of him might come into play in his mind. Seems like he executed almost perfectly. Wow. Great shot. Can anyone challenge Daniel Davidsson on the solo lead? Would you consider we go over minus 30 in the MPO for the winner?
Especially if the weather stays good over the weekend, and it should be even warmer next few days. So I assume so that you have to play at least 30 down to take home this title, but you never know. The final day is always it's a final day, so it could be 25 or something like that as well.
And Hjalte Jensen got away with that one. It was way too low, but
Yeah.
he missed barely the hill and slided towards circle 1. Niklas Anttila, this was magnificent tee shot.
Yeah, he have just nothing on the way. Need to just chip under the basket and go to the next. Or
Ooh, running the basket, Niklas Anttila. Now he's looking at the birdie. Finally. And I believe he's with me there, finally. Do you have some insight, Teemu? Is Niklas one of those guys who uses almost every disc in his bag, as we see the Nakua moment of the day? This upshot looks great. Yes,
who was that? It was KJ Naibu.
Ah, the legend, the master from Denmark.
Yeah, home crowd favorite.
Yeah,
that was a sick shot.
Great shot. As Barsby tickles the chains. So is Niklas one of those guys who uses every disc in his bag in one round, or does he like lean on to a couple of selected discs?
I think Niklas have a very wide dispersion of like shot selection ways, and so he definitely uses a lot of discs. He mainly throws with the backhand, so he needs all kind of different shapes. So, and I would say also that Niklas uses a lot of like very old and beat up discs, so they are like not straight from the batch.
Hjalte Jensen, great birdie, really great catch from him. Mauri Wilman, how about it?
Last year, Mauri Wilman was one of the hottest European players and won multiple tournaments. Also the Copenhagen Open 23.
Mauri Wilman was for the European Pro Tour what Silva Saarinen was for the Euro Tour. Went and won.
Yeah.
Niklas Anttila.
And Wilman have taken a little bit over the kind of the best MPO Estonian player. It was long time silver lat, but Mauri Wilman, I think, have, if not all the way, but slightly at least taken off that crown.
Great birdie for Niklas. Back to even par. After 9 holes, Niklas Anttila can finally start again.
Yeah, that was a rough front nine, but
Jakub Semerad. Some shot on hole 11 moments ago. Paul Juliberry. And Samuel Hanninen. Just a forehand flick.
You Play Disc Golf is your passport to teaching and learning the game. Our mission? To teach disc golf and make it accessible to everyone worldwide. From Alaska to Africa, Guatemala to Canada, and beyond, You Play Disc Golf has spread its wings teaching the love of the game across the globe. Get involved in our movement to make disc golf a universal joy. Explore youplaydiscgolf.org and join us in helping people find flight.
Copenhagen Open 2024 is upon us. The front nine is finished for the MPO on the last round, and we are off to the last 9 holes of the round. We start with the par 3, 364 feet, about 110 meters. Flex shot is good for this hole, but it needs to get through like this and get a small skip like this to end up like this. Great shot from Mauri.
Earlier today when we followed FPO, we saw that you don't get a whole lot of skips if you hit like 15 meters short of the basket, so you really need to push all the way.
For those who wonder what Niklas just said, he said, really? In Finnish.
Yeah. It just early released his drive.
Greg Barsby, 3 under through first 9 holes. This needs to hyzer.
It's coming.
Gets a branch just outside circle 1.
That's the song I want to hear right now. What the heck?
Barsby grabbing a snack, if I'm correct. Hjalti Jensen moments ago. This was too low, too straight. Just a misrelease from him. The birds are chirping all around Valbyparken disc golf course. And we are hoping to see warmer days ahead for the Saturday and Sunday. This is Denmark and we are just beside the ocean, so the weather can change rapidly. Silverlat, he's upshot. Number 16, if I remember correctly.
Yes, 16.
No, to Jensen. He went all in from that one. we have seen some nice things from Hjalte Jensen. Last year, he took second place at the European Pro Tour All-Stars event, the last event of his season. 7th place at RPM Open, 4th place at the 8th stop of the Euro Tour Lone Star Disc Alutaguse Open. So he's had some solid progress there. This season, not yet such a great results. 9th place from a A-tier presented by MVP Disc Sports. The 6th annual Persimmon Ridge Retreat. Niklas Anttila for the birdie and doesn't capitalize. How about Greg Barsby? Remember the ceiling, Greg. You can putt 3 meters to the air.
Yeah. But I think we're gonna see the nice straddle jump putt here. Lots of height and a hyzer.
No, nope. Doesn't connect. But he made sure he's not too high with the putter.
And Lat took a birdie on 16 and he's 9 down through 16 holes. And he's a dominant Saturn player, so 17 kind of works well as well. So let's see if he can join with Davidson and hit the double digits.
Yeah, great progress from Silver Lat. As Barsby takes his par. It's the same job coming up for Niklas Anttila. He makes it happen. Paul Ulibarri on hole 12 at the moment. He's taken 4 birdies in a row. So he's -6 now through 11. Jakub Semerad also -6, but Jakub has 0 bogeys. Some other rounds also without a bogey.
think so too.
Severi Saviniemi tied 6th place. Silver Lat also without a bogey. Jakub Semerad's seen here. A tee of 12. 672 feet. Just over 200 meters. It's a bit tight. Does it get all the way there? Ulibarri went with the roller from the gap on the right. Seems to have made too much of a progress there. Red flag for Paul. I believe we're gonna get more information about that shot in a moment. But now we're gonna look at this beautiful open hole, not hole 11. Par 4, 130 meters, 426 feet.
Yeah, this is a bit of a, you have a triple mandatory and then you want it in about here. So through the gap a little bit left. Right after the gap, the right side is kind of like there's a million trees, seems like, but just make the triple mandatory and just after that try to salvage way to the basket somehow. And that's a missed mandatory for Mauri Vilman.
Oi oi. Hjalte Jensen, I think for the sidearm. to turn. Or doesn't? That's solid.
Yeah, that's solid. Just made it triple mandatory and then went right and almost through the gap. You will have a good place attack for the green. This is a must shot for Niklas now. He can't give any more shots away.
It's the mandatory, but hits 1-3 before the sweet spot. Is that a solid placement?
It's not ideal, but I think there's have to be gap somehow.
How about it, Greg Barsby? Can you flip it enough? I don't know if that went through.
It looked like it missed the Mando, but
Samuel Hanninen, wow, what a putt for birdie. Man in the bushes. We saw him earlier this round. I believe it was hole 2. He was in the bush for the birdie.
KJ have had also a slow round, -1. But at least he gets that for par. But still 1 down to 12 holes. This doesn't look very nice drop zone.
Wilman tries a skip shot. Barsby also facing the drop zone.
If I would have to guess, Greg will try hit the sidearm cut roller. Would be my guess.
Okay. Okay.
Because I feel like you can't get all the way to the basket with the sidearm, just a skip shot. So a little, yep, sidearm cut roller. There's a 1 gap right there, and
hold.
That's pretty good.
He's putting.
Yep.
He can still save the par. Earlier today we saw Kaidi Alsalu, who was the winner of last year's Copenhagen Open from FPO, lay up for the same mandatory and take the par after a bad tee shot, but that's Silver Lat. Another birdie. Was that a birdie?
Yeah, that was a birdie on 16.
Plus Anttila. He's got 2 windows from which to choose.
I think he will choose the very wide, high backhand float Enheiser. Or maybe he go with the more straightforward. That's pretty good.
If I'm correct, that was the exact shot that helped Niklas to win the Texas States, the Open at Austin.
Yeah.
Event this season. It was maybe his second to last throw of the tournament.
Yeah.
Overstable, a bit beaten up, red mid-range or approach disc of his, and let it glide in Anheuser and land and skate a little bit. Mauri Wilman is now his 4th. And stop for him. Oh my, that's still gonna be a tough one. Hjalte Jensen. This is a perfect place to be from the tee.
Looks like he's going for a jump putt from 50 meters.
Yep. He's crazy. How do you control the jump putt from there? Man, stop it. That's perfect from Jensen. Wow. Go ahead and try that, folks. That's not a jump putt.
Yeah.
Great execution from Jensen. Let's go see Paul Ulibarri on 3 of 12. Ooh, really close. So we see Jakub Semerad
Exactly
also.
the same shot.
Yeah. Although great shots, I feel like our feature cards are running a bit low steam at this point.
Yeah, Jakub and Paul are the only two out of these 8 players that have put it a decent score so far together. And yeah, it's been a bit slow start for these players. Don't know. Weather seems to be perfect. No wind whatsoever, and rest of the field are doing great. So something is wrong. I don't know. Is it a little bit pressure from the crowd or what it is? But yeah.
Or maybe all of the players, both the United States players and the Europeans, have the jet lag.
Yeah, that's true as well. That no, but
I hope that's not the case for Niklas and the others, but there are, of course, there are many things you have to consider when looking at these round scores. And as we have said, this course can give many birdies in a row consecutively, or it can take everything away in just a couple.
Yeah, and this hole 11 is a good example. It's 130 meters, very short hole, but here Hjalte tapping birdie, and then Mauro Wilman, on the other hand, is going to take a double bogey, and Greg also bogey, and Niklas looking for a birdie. So kind of one of these holes that have a big score separation.
Yeah, Jakub Semerad and Paul Ulibarri making great progressions on the course. And folks, remember that the disc golf season is in full swing. So here are your upcoming Disc Golf Network events. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe today. We have OTB Open coming up 7th to 19th of May. We have Portland Open, Beaver State coming, and then we have the second stop of the Disc Golf Pro Tour Europe, our second Elite Series event, Turku Open, from June 14th to 16th. And I have to say that's the second elite stop of the tour. Semerad in for the birdie. That's what you want on this hole 13. Just a baby flex. And don't skate out of bounds long. Paul takes the birdie, 5th birdie in last 6 holes. Great job. And what do we have next? We have hole number 12 for the first feature card, playing in the middle of the difficulty scale.
Yeah, 205 meters, dogleg left to right. This hole the bushes have grown significantly over the years, so now there's a multiple gaps. We saw earlier Paul Ulibarri taking a roller on the early right, Jakub going low left skip shot, and then you can go actually like a sky Enheiser over the trees. So all kind of play. The main thing is to get out of the field a little bit to the right, and then looking for a 90-meter approach shot into the hillside. So, and also you really want to avoid the I call them bogey trees, but these big bushes, they're pretty gnarly, especially this time of year when they are already blooming.
I really like the way these tee pads and fairways are located here, because if you look at this course in just in a paper, you might think that Hjalte Jensen and other really powerful throwers have an advantage, but they actually don't.
Yeah, this is like all about placements, and you don't really need to throw extremely long shots on this course. It's if you just throw 100 to 125 meters and you hit the correct landing spots, you will be fine. And
You don't need to throw over 400 feet on this course, actually.
not really.
Hole 18, that becomes handy.
Yeah, yeah. But even Hjalte, who have a big arm and could go big Sky Enheiser, he chooses this low ceiling sidearm approach off the tee.
We have arrived to the second hole that stands out from our statistics when we talk about the weight factor of different holes. This is a new statistic form that we are bringing to you on Disc Golf Pro Tour Europe. So when we consider from the recent years, the pro level events on a certain course, we analyze the situation and outcomes of each hole separately. And we found out, as we see Niklas Anttila's tee shot, a bit left, does he get through? He gets from the window. Great shot, Niklas Anttila. As we take those statistics and we compare the holes to each other, we found out that the holes 1, 12 and 18 on this Valby Park course have the most effect on the total score.
Yeah, you need lots of separation on those holes, even though today the 12 have been played kind of middle of the difficulty, but over the years it's been one of the ones that really have teeth.
Is Mauri Wilman also going with the sidearm through the gap? I would have really enjoyed to seeing a really powerful sidearm from the main gap with the skip. Mauri Wilman gets through. Well, I believe we have a testimony of why to go with the sidearm from the gap.
Yeah. Now it's Silver Lat on. This is actually hole 17. Tee shot.
Ooh.
And he gets that fairly close. That would put him 10 down off the tournament.
Severi Saviniemi has finished his round and he parred out the last 4 holes. Silver Lat currently sitting 9 under. He's on the hole 18. Paul Ulibarri, Jakub Semerad, both 8 down. Here's Silver Lat.
Yeah,
on 17, he didn't get the birdie.
Oopsie. That was a quaxa for birdie. But yeah, that when you don't have too many of that hillside baskets, it can get to your head.
And Christian Kuoksa unfortunately ended up taking a double bogey on hole 17 from 2 meters, so I'm not sure if he actually laid that up or if he dropped out of the basket. We don't know. But we're gonna see the first feature card, hole 12. This is where Greg Barsby ended, and the plan is simple for him. With his sidearm skills, just flick it wide enough. Is this wide enough though?
Yep.
Yep. It is almost in the bullseye for Greg Barsby, but he didn't like it out of his hand.
Yeah, I think he thought about it was too wide, but it got a very good skip, and
Look at that green, Teemu. That color is so cool. I'm sorry, guys. We had 6 months of winter in Finland, and I'm just stoked about this color in the picture. And I'm happy to say we also have early summer already in Helsinki, Finland. Let's see Niklas Anttila, the lucky guy of the bunch, gets through the window there. Like there's a meant to be window.
Yeah.
Nikke's disc.
Wow.
He doesn't like this. And he's about 15 meters away.
Yeah, he yanked his second shot. It's very. He had a very good angle, but required a dead straight shot. It would be maybe easier to go with the flex sidearm to have a little bit more room. Is this his third shot? If it is, then Silver has circle's edge putt for birdie and get to 10 down.
And that is confirmed. We will be back there in the green of 18 really soon. First we're gonna see Hjalte Jensen.
Looks too tight, but...
Stop. And that stops. You're welcome, Hjalte. That was me. Yeah. Solid execution from the young Dane. Hjalte Jensen and Niklas Anttila both struggling on round number 1 of Copenhagen Open. They are both 1 down. They're both putting for birdies on hole number 12. Mauri Wilman 3 down at this moment. This is his second. Oh, that's right. Oh no. Be gentle.
If it stayed on the middle, then it might be hard to get out of it, but we'll see.
How about the 2-meter rule, Teemu? Are we in Texas or where are we?
Luckily, we don't have a 2-meter rule in play in Europe, but Julie looking perfect.
And I'm gonna correct myself there. The 2-meter rule doesn't really concern Texas, but someplace else. California. Goodbye, Mauri Wilman. Hope to see you again soon. Oh yeah, he's almost at the end of those trees. And so it is that we hear a message from 18, which is surprising. Let's see this one. It goes in for silver lat, but that was actually for bogey. So he took He took one OB, I suppose, on the hole 18. Yet to confirm that. Niklas Anttila for birdie about 50 meters uphill, no wind whatsoever.
Is it time to show some Finnish sisu?
How do you call that? That's so funny because if we rewind about a year, me and Teemu were in the booth for Konapiste Open, and you called Niklas's sisu moment on the, I don't know if it was hole 14 or something like that. It was late in the round, and, and Niklas made the putt at the same exact moment when you called the sisu moment, and it happened again.
Yeah, but look at the putt. It looked like it has to go in uphill, 14 meters. Little frustrating round going, and just put it in. Just put it in.
That is some pro level stuff. If you see it, it looked like it has to go in 50 meters uphill. Yeah, sure. That's from pro to pro.
Yeah, but obviously it looked like Niklas is very deadly on the putting green, and it just sometimes, well, like when you gather some slight anger and stuff like that, it's just like those are the key moments. How these best players in the world they turn the rounds another way. So let's see if he can take the momentum and move forward.
Silverlat tried his best to move forward for the whole round, but unfortunately the last hole made a blemish into his scorecard. He took one bogey on this round today, totaling 56 throws, 8 under.
And he needed to make like a 9-meter putt for elevated basket on the last hole to even save a bogey. So big momentum switch, making the bogey, get 8 down, just go back to hotel and tomorrow again. But it would have been painful if he would have taken a double in the last hole.
My relationship with Suga, it's just like a family. Sometimes they just surprise, send me a thing I'm not even know. When I arrive home, boom, the box.
Such a great product, and Zuka's always there for me whenever I need anything.
After every tournament, I get a call. No matter the results, they're always there supporting me.
They have so many different things that can be a solution for a disc golfer.
That was really one of the main reasons why we partnered, is because I wanted the best of the best.
How do they know I want that? I'm like, duh, that's how the family thinking about you. My relationship with Suga, it's just like a family. Sometimes they just surprise, send me a thing I'm not even know. When I arrive home, boom, the box.
Such a great product, and Zuka's always there for me whenever I need anything.
After every tournament, I get a call. No matter the results, they're always there supporting me.
They have so many different things that can be a solution for a disc golfer.
That was really one of the main reasons why we partnered, is because I wanted the best of the best.
How do they know I want that? I'm like, duh, that's how the family thinking about you.
Hjalte Jensen on hole 13. Just a bit short, circle's edge. Niklas Anttila, how about the flex forehand?
Yeah, Jakub and Julie showed the way a few moments ago, not months, but it needs to really flex now. Stayed in bounds.
Oh,
yeah.
Making us nervous in the booth, Niklas Anttila. Maybe judged the ceiling a bit too heavily and made too low of a shot.
Just yanked a little bit. Barsby have got the sunglasses out and looking for a birdie.
This looks great. And that's looking for a birdie for sure. Mauri Vilman. So with a slower disc, seems to have similar plans. Go straight at it. Oh, chasing the pin. Settles in about 7 meters.
That was very buttery. Sidearm, nice touch, dead straight.
Yeah, there was like negative wobble in the disc.
Yeah. But it's very hard to stop the disc on these greens because they're so like hard pan. This basket placement have been probably there forever, so the grass is dead and it's just hard pan and slides forever. So speed control is very crucial on most of the greens here. But at the same time also tricky if you land short, the grass doesn't give you the slide, so it's just like very fine line where to put it.
Great shot from Greg Barsby. The wind has settled down. Barely any to speak of at the moment. And look at that crowd! Friday, early evening. There they are, following live disc golf. Copenhagen, Denmark. Hjalte Jensen for the birdie. Doesn't connect. Anttila for the birdie. And he gets it. He's saved from the OB and he capitalizes the moment to get the birdie. And he gets it! Hjalte Jensen is in the basket. Moving on. Mauri Wilman for the birdie. If someone in the Europe pro disc golf scene has a strong spin putt, that's Mauri Wilman. It also almost seems like, great job Greg, it almost seems like Mauri Wilman throws the disc so that the disc has left his hand like second too early. So he's still throwing with the throwing motion, but the disc is in the basket. This putt again from Niklas Anttila. Yeah, you might say that's a bit too slow or too short of a putt, but that counts. Jakub Semerad on hole 16, par for almost 600 feet, so about 180 meters, a bit shorter. Start from the woods and you progress to the field, and the basket is on a small slope down. Here is the scoreboard. Paul Julibari, Jakub Semerad, both through 15, still -8. They can still make some miracles there. But really close call for the top of the board.
Yeah, very packed leaderboard, and which is a good thing, especially after the first day. You don't want to see that somebody's kind of taking too big of a lead.
I almost didn't want to see that roll, but luckily it checks down for
Yeah.
Semerad. Niklas Anttila on tee of 14. Misses the Guardian. He's on the fairway. Niklas Anttila, career events 110 and wins 24. Currently rated 1042. And shall we say the best disc golfer in Finland at this moment?
Yeah, and I would say best European disc golf MPO player as well.
Barsby picking the right side route in the middle. So, Teemu, if you say that Niklas is the best European all in all, who is the best FPO player from Europe do you have?
Yeah, even though Evelina won the major just recently, I no doubt that it would be any other than Kristin Tattar from Estonia. She have a pretty heavy record last couple years.
Yeah, the way she's being throwing the disc and putting the disc has been remarkable. But she's not here this weekend. She's spending time somewhere else, getting ready to new tournaments. Hjalte Jensen on the tee of 14. This is low, can it skip? Barely gets out from the first gap. So what are we expecting still? This is now Paul Ulibarri. Oh! What? What a putt from Paul. Took the birdie, as did Jakub Semerad, but this was outside circle 1.
Yeah, Juli is showing some skills on the putting green, and Paul is actually with a pretty good margin, currently best putter in the world. His C1X percent have been, I think it was like over 93%, and the next guy is having like 90. So he's been on a fire on the putting green all year, and very solid putter.
Yeah, that is true. And Jakub Semerad also taking the birdie on 16. They both are now 9 under. The Finns are getting some company on top of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Jensen, second throw on 14.
He's like probably 120 meters away from the basket. So you need full steam over the bushes and under the basket.
And he goes long.
Yeah, just a tiny bit long, but
that's full 160 of a throw with that height.
Yeah.
He really has the power. You optimally would like to be a bit further down the fairway than Niklas and Greg are, but you can still get high up and over. Jakub Semerad on tee of 17.
This
trying
looks
to get
very
to 10
good.
under. Seems okay.
Yep.
Samuel Hanninen 5 under. An okay round for him, but not the best Hanninen we've seen. Barsby aiming to go up and over. Does he have the distance here? He certainly does. And there is the out of bounds. Behind the basket, you don't want to go there. You can see those banners move further down the park. So there's some wind still going on, but barely. Niklas Anttila, 9 events this season, 7 of them in top 10.
Yeah, super solid. Oh, he's throwing a spike hyzer. We have a great angle, and yeah. But yeah, Niklas have a remarkable season. Second place on a major, 1 Elite Series victory, and lots of top 10s. Only 1 or 2 tournaments that were kind of like off tournaments, but other than that, being very solid all year.
Mauri Wilman getting ready to make this spike hyzer. This is a gorgeous angle, and that's in the bullseye.
Similar result. So all the players went tiny bit long off the basket, and everybody has a very good view for their birdie putts.
So let's talk about this. If Niklas makes that putt, he's gonna take his 5th birdie in last 6 holes. And then he has 4 holes left. So what can Niklas actually do here? If he goes here 4 down, then he has 4 holes left. Can he birdie them all with a great possibility?
I mean, they are very gettable all. So, well, 15 is probably the hardest of them all. So that hole requires a very good drive. 16 is quite soft, and 17 is kind of cheap hyzer. 18 can bring kind of everything to the table, but
sure. Those were some great spike hyzers. And Greg Barsby being the furthest of them, and this is a tricky position. Low ceiling, just 1 window, about 9 meters left. And it stays in for Greg Barsby. That's a bit left, but it stays in, and he's happy about that. Hjalte, even better look, about 7 meters. In for Hjalte Jensen. We're gonna see a star frame here.
yeah, that would be the first one today.
And I have to say that is surprising to me if that happens. And if it happens, it will be the first, and that will be surprising. Niklas Anttila for the birdie. That's in the center.
And there it is, star frame for the feature card. That was very well executed. It's been a tough day.
And Niklas has risen 44 spots in the last 6 holes. Paul going high on 17. Green flag. Semerad moments ago. So if Niklas was to birdie out now, he would be 8 down. That's remarkable. He's not out in any way, and we were here talking about his front 9, he's 1 over.
Yep.
Anything can happen. On the putting green, Paul Ulibarri chasing the 10 down, double digits. Not a problem. Well done, Paul. And is that Jakub for birdie?
That's Jakub for birdie.
Cool, and they are both now 10 down. We have 3-way tie on the top. And Niklas Anttila shows us how the 15 is done. That is the best shot we've seen on the hole so far.
Yeah, pretty much all the shots we have seen from this hole, players have struggled quite a bit. It's actually fairly long, 115 meters or so, and it's very narrow. And I think that what it makes actually harder, the bushes are quite far away, so they're not, you're throwing from open field to tiny gap, so.
This is turning for Greg. Luckily gets out of there.
Yeah, but that's I would say out of the range, but when it's Greg Barsby,
you never know.
you never know. I mean, he would definitely want to have some sort of highlight for the crowd.
Mauri Vilman from Estonia, last year's champion here from the playoffs, gets almost through circle's edge. Hjalte Jensen currently 3 down. Of course you are taking a slower disc on 120-meter hole. He doesn't want to go long. Drone footage. Look at this from Hjalte Jensen. Showing us how it's done. Just a casual mid-range shot. Look at this, folks. It's the pin.
Yeah, base of the basket, and that will put Hjalte already 4 down of the tournament.
I believe so. I have to check on that. Yes.
Yeah, 4 down, and he was 3 over after 6 holes. So
yeah, quite of a comeback. Already 6 birdies in the last 8 holes.
Yeah.
Our feature card clearly needs some time to take the week or two's rust off their fingers and bodies. Now for Barsby. Can he give us a miracle shot? Greg Barsby.
Come on, highlight.
Go in. Almost.
He wanted that so bad.
Yeah, he did.
Thought for a split second we might have something happen.
Greg has made more of those than I have even thrown any of those kind of shots. That's just the way he does.
Job done. Job done.
Really enjoying his time in Europe. And if you have just picked up this stream from Disc Golf Network or from YouTube, welcome to the Disc Golf Pro Tour Europe, where we have combined 11 events, 6 Silver Series and 5 Elite Series events. One major also, the European Open, coming up in July. This is the first Elite Series tournament, the DGPT Europe Series. Mauri Wilman for the birdie. Yeah, call it in. 11 meters. That's a risky way to putt.
Yeah.
By Mauri Wilman.
Yeah.
If it works, it's deadly.
Yeah. Yeah, when he's on, he's very deadly, and yeah. He's been very, very solid all day, and that puts him on, I think it's already like 6-7 down. So, from defending champion, he's still in the mix.
Yeah, Mauri is currently 6 down with that birdie,
Yeah.
and now Niklas trying to go for 5, and he's there. Karl Johan Naibo also on the 18th, and he's currently 4 down. So solid last few holes for Karl Johan.
Bogey free.
Bogey free. That's correct. Jensen for the great birdie.
Zuka.
Zuka. Zuka. Zuka.
Hello and welcome to the studio in Helsinki. My name is Esa-Pekka Tupala, and with me Teemu Nissinen in the booth. Teemu, we've some great shots, but some early struggles for our feature cards, but now they're getting the hint of it.
Yeah, I think first 9 holes were, yeah, everybody was pretty much struggling, but the back 9 seems like everyone is getting top of their games, and we have seen lots of birdies, and hopefully they can finish the round with a couple more. Let's see, Jakub and Paul are sitting tight for the first place, 10 down, so let's see if they can go to 11 or even 12.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So all of those 4 last holes that our feature card 1 has to face, they are all birdieable.
Yeah, definitely. And this hole 16, where is our last group of the day, I think this is the easiest of the 3. And let's see if Niklas can keep the momentum.
Hits the gap perfect. Just needs the distance. Solid distance, yeah. That's birdieable from there. Mauri Wilman on the tee. And I think he clips a tree.
Yeah, and now he's out of the birdie range.
And what is Hjalte Jensen going for here? I believe just plain distance. There he goes. Low piercing drive from Hjalte Jensen. Great job. Rick Barsby is still wondering the disc choices. Barsby, does he get the distance? No, he gets a bounce from the branch.
Yeah, you still have probably 480 to go.
Jakob Semmerad, we're done with the first Disc Golf Pro Tour event, first round of the Disc Golf Pro Tour event here in Copenhagen. So far, you're the only one who's bogey-free and tied 10 under with Daniel and Paul Juliberry. Put some words to your round.
I'm pretty happy with 10 down. I didn't expect that I can shoot it that well, and I'll hope that I'll continue this pace.
And do you have any changes for your game plan tomorrow, or same as usual?
I think I'm just gonna stick to my game plan. Maybe if it's my that doesn't work.
We're just gonna do a little quick change here. Right, sorry. So, is there going to be any switches for your game plan for tomorrow?
I think I'll stick to my game plan, and maybe if it's like windy, I'm gonna do some changes, but most likely I'm gonna just stick to my game plan, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and we'll see you on Lead Cup tomorrow.
Thank you.
So not any major changes coming up for Jakub Semmerad come tomorrow. He's gonna stick to his game plan, which seems to be working.
Yeah, I mean, if you're tied of the lead, 10 down, bogey free, there's not much what you can do better.
But that is a good point there, that came up that Niklas Anttila, we have guessed his approaches from these tees a bit from the wrong side today. When we thought he's gonna throw a sidearm, he's throwing a backhand, and otherwise versa. So maybe that's actually a good thing for these players to consider. If they now tested a certain shot from the tee, maybe they'll switch it up tomorrow.
Yeah, you never know. I think the most important thing is always to go with the shot that feels the most comfortable in the situation and not like lock down a specific game plan like 2-3 days prior to the tournament. Just whatever works that day, go with that shot. And I think Barsby going huge.
Okay, shot from where he was.
Yeah, maybe like circle to edge. Uphill putt, maybe. I don't know how does the Finnish season works with the Americans, but time to put a highlight.
Let's hear it from another player.
Paul Juleberry, we're done with the first round here at the Disc Golf Pro Tour event in Copenhagen. You're tied under, 10 under with Daniel Davidson and Jakob Semmerad here after the first round. Put some words to your round.
It was good. You know, I felt kind of confident the whole round. I had a couple bad breaks happen early, which aren't typical for me, and I was able to battle back from there. I made a lot of good putts. I felt really good today.
And the people who have been playing here before, they know about the Copenhagen wind. Did you feel the Copenhagen wind today?
No, it was actually kind of nice. It was the winds were down. There's only a few holes that it really affected anything. If it stays like this, I think we're going to be in for a good show this weekend. A lot of good. I was feeling it out today, really. I got 2 practice rounds. 2 of them I was very jet lagged. And so today I felt like I figured a few of the lines out. And I might switch a couple things up tomorrow, but for the most part, probably just stick to my game plan and make a bunch of putts.
Great. Well, we'll see you definitely on the card tomorrow. Thank you, Paul.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Paul Juleberry. 18th, well done. Hjalte Jensen, second shot on 16. Solid. Niklas Anttila, just a moment ago, as you saw on your screens, made a great upshot. He's in the circle. I suspect Mauri Wilman still left. This is Mauri's third now. Really wants the par. Great upshot from Mauri. Let's talk a bit about Mauri Wilman. If you look at his PDGA site or any other statistics site and his last season, he has bunch of tournaments here. I believe there's over 20 and there's only 3 occasions he has a position with 2 digits. So that's unbelievable. There are many A tiers, couple of C tiers and couple of B tiers here and there, but mostly when you look at the early season, he really took down those European Pro Tour and Prodigy Pro Tour tournaments.
Yeah, definitely came into the scene in a big way and kind of made a statement in European scene, and hopefully, if not this year, then next year he will travel more often to States, because I feel like his game is kind of ready to take that next step, and when he kind of play through the European scene.
Sure. Here's Greg Barsby for the birdie. It was a great upshot. Full power upshot, one might say. Oh, no. Bit right. Yeah, whereas Mauri Wilman first took his PDGA license in 2018, we can talk about Greg Barsby, who took his first license in 1999. Barsby has 493 career events with 81 wins, and Mauri has 85 career events and 24 wins. So the percentage is almost the same.
Yeah.
Hjalte Jensen, how about a birdie here? Oh, beat right. For par, Mauri Wilman. That's in the heart. So Mauri will take the par. Anttila for the birdie. Just about 4 meters. And that's high, but that's in. There is a putt to be made from Hjalte Jensen. And that is in for Hjalte. At this point, I think it's safe to say that we have our lead card for tomorrow settled.
Yeah, pretty much. Nobody can catch them, so...
Lauri Lehtinen with the eagle will be the 4th player in our lead card tomorrow. He's the only one 9 down, but then we have 3 players 10 down. So we thank the Paragon Disc Golf for these notable statistics by Mauri Wilman. Fairway hit 75%. Circle tune regulation 75. That's decent, yeah. But he unfortunately doesn't make it to the lead card. Paul Julibari, Daniel Davidson and Jakub Semerad will be the 3 other guys to take Lauri with them to the lead card. Niklas Anttila lining up the 17th. If this happens to find someone who doesn't know much about disc golf and you happen to be in Copenhagen, please visit the place. That's beautiful, and we have a great tournament going on there just now. Niklas Anttila on the tee 17th. Does this hyzer enough? It does. Does it roll under the bush? I believe not. He should be fine. But that's not a safe putt. This is a beautiful view of the whole tee on the right side, and here comes Mauri Wilman's disc. Oh, and just behind the tree. Unfortunate. if you want a hint from me, put it into the basket from the tee so you don't have to putt.
Yeah. And I call that this disc doesn't have much glide.
Yeah, the distance is under about 90 meters, just under that. 292 in feet. Hjalte Jensen.
He's going with the tilt, so
something like that.
No glide.
And that's a bit short. Totally has to look for the birdie. That's another thing if he even is running that. He's now 4 under par. It might be wise to just take the par, but we will see what happens. Greg Barsby. Sweeping hyzer from right to left. Does it miss the tree? It does, and that's on the hill. Best shot of the bunch. And this next shot is powered by Nakwa Adventure Gear. Greg Barsby on the tee of 17th, driving into the hill for about a 2-meter putt, 3-meter uphill. You had a great point, Demo, earlier this morning about this hill. This is the only only elevation change on the whole course.
Yeah, pretty much. On the 16, they have the second shot goes slightly on the uphill, but we have seen some struggles on this green, especially today, since it's just when you putt flat putts all day and then you have this kind of hill, it can get to your head easily.
The forehand flick. Is he running this? He was running it and he hit the chains, but unfortunately didn't. No, he was putting. Was the angle? Sorry for that. Doesn't quite get the disc to stay in the chains. Niklas Anttila for the birdie. This would be huge to get to 7 down and then a chance for the birdie on 18 to get to 8 down. And that's in. Look at the score of Niklas Anttila. He was just 1 over. And now he's 7 down. Hjalte Jensen, can he get to 5 down with the birdie here? Oh, no, he can't. A bit right side, and he's frustrated for sure, and you can see that. Greg Barsby takes the birdie. Great job. Barsby moves to 6 down. So here is Niklas Anttila once again, and now he's tied 13th. And about 8 holes ago, he was tied 94th.
Yeah, I think she has seven birdies in a row, and yeah, front 9 even par, and now 7 in a row. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, this is the exact reason why he have won Elite Series this year, got the second on a major, and is highest rated in Europe. So just like even the days when you don't really feel it, they can turn it around and kind of hang in there. Lead is 10 down. If he remains 7 down, just 3 back, two rounds to go. So, but if he would have struggled back 9 as well, coming with 2-3 down, then it would be kind of almost like lost tournament. But yeah.
And thanks again to Flight Factory for these beautiful drone shots. Remember the code DDO24 to get a discount in the QR code on the left corner. Yeah, those are wise words from Teemu Nissinen, former great lefty pro player from Finland. Niklas Anttila, after 7 straight birdies, he's now in the tee of 18. The tee is tucked in the woods, and this is a 2-island hole, par 5, over 1,000 feet. That's about 3,500 meters. Niklas has done perfect. Greg Barsby. Okay shot. The tree is not in his way, I believe.
Yeah, I think he can go right side of that.
Mauri Wilman. Slower disc. And that's under the tree. That might be a bit tough. And what will this guy do? I'm interested to see. Is that a slower disc still?
Yeah, super overstable fairway driver. Bit early.
Perfect.
Oh, he actually put it. He took every single meter out of it, so.
He is not able to get to the pin. Let's check out one name that is really tough for all the others than Finnish people. Rasmus Saukkoriipi. That's how you say the name. The first part of his last name is Saukko, and it means an otter in Finnish. He has only 1 bogey, so the dam fell down there. But then he built it back up, and he's 9 down with this first round. You can see Saukkoriipi there on the top 5, tied with Lehtinen. Great round from both of them, but Rasmus will be making his second round in Copenhagen from the chase card tomorrow. Greg Barsby seems to be going first. And big shout out to his caddy also. I mean, Greg has so ancient discs that those might have been made out of stone or clay. They are heavy. Going up around from the right side. Doesn't quite like it. A bit higher than he was supposed to throw, but that's in the center. Plus Anttila, second shot. Needs to get straight. It does. Great distance with his second.
And for Niklas, I think he have a very, very good angle from the left side of the fairway. Kind of open up the gap, and you have probably, I would say, 70 meters, 60, 70 meters to the pin.
Mauri has those low-hanging branches to mess with. Makes his standstill shot and ends up out of bounds. He can't really save the par from there, can he?
No, definitely not. And I don't know, did he even clear the OB? So does he have to play from here, or maybe he gets just another side? But we'll see. Well, maybe he can take a par, but we'll see. I assume Hjalte will put a little bit extra juice on this shot. Release all the anger from the round.
Oh, this is huge. Does it stable up? And that is in bounds. He must be about 40 meters away still. That was huge, but it's not enough.
Ooh, he hit the tree.
Oh, yes. Last shots for this first feature card, round number 1 at Copenhagen Open 2024. Beautiful Valbyparken disc golf course, almost at the shore of the ocean. We certainly hope you have enjoyed the stream, brought to you by Disc Golf Network. And this has also been broadcasted on YouTube.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that is the case for all of these Disc Golf Pro Tour and Pro Tour Europe events for the first round. You can find the stream on YouTube. And remember to catch the second and third and even the fourth round coverage only at discgolfnetwork.com. Mauri Wilman now taking the fourth. Oh, and this left his hand a bit early. Okay result still.
I think he's in bounds, but circle 2 somewhere, so most likely looking for a bogey, unfortunately.
Looking at the scores here, Teemu, you mentioned earlier that this would play really even for the whole pack.
Yeah. I mean, today we're seeing like, I think if you're like -6, that puts you in like almost 30th place. So field is very packed, and it's only three round tournament. So I hope that on Sunday, when we're going back 9 on Sunday, we will have like at least 10 guys to have a chance to win the tournament, and nobody kind of doesn't run away. So we'll see, but first round is promising so far.
It's going to be really, really interesting to see the top 2 cards for tomorrow. Greg Barsby. Great shot on the fairway. Niklas Anttila aiming for the birdie. Can he do it? Is he going to turnover? Just a straight shot. Seems so. Nicks a tree just a bit, but does it bother him? Not so much.
No, I think it took just that. It turned the disc slightly more, so probably would have be end up inside the circle, but now he's just on the circle's edge.
Let's see this Greg Barsby sidearm shot. He gets over that stump there, and he's looking at the birdie. Circle 1.
Yep. That would put Greg, I believe, in 5. Is he 5 down currently?
Hjalte Jensen. He's 3rd. Just sit for him. That's a great shot. He has a look for the birdie. Currently 4 down. And 5 down is a really solid score. Unfortunately, most of his strokes have followed him from the putting green to the next tee.
Yeah, couple.
I can do it now.
Couple makeable misses today from Hjalte, but overall, after a very rough start, he bounced back very well.
Certainly did. Mauri Wilman. This would be for the par, but this is long way to go. Solid beat from Wilman. He's gonna take a bogey.
Yeah, after hole number 15, he was 6 down, 3 to go, 16 to be like relatively easy birdie hole, 17 same as well, and now he take par bogey, puts him in 5 down, so kind of massive break to wrong direction.
But this is for Niklas Anttila to birdie the last 8 holes in a row. Circle 2. 11 meters raised basket. He makes the putt! That is a storyline, folks. 8 down through 8 holes. 9 down through the last 10.
Yep. I mean,
what can you say?
I mean, that's what the best players do. They have a sloppy day. They get up and go to work.
That's well said from Teemu Nissinen. Greg Barsby unable to capitalize the birdie. He's now hoping to get the par and stay 6 down come the second day. Jensen for birdie. Takes the birdie, 5 down. Well done, Hjalte. It's only uphill, or so, should we say only downhill from here.
Yeah.
If he just can connect a couple of more of those putts, he will have great results. Barsby for par. And that's in. Solid round from Greg Barsby, 6 down. Mauri Wilman a bit shorter on the last 3 holes. Great to see those spectators on the field cheering our players Friday evening. Beautiful weather this opening day at Copenhagen Open. As we move on to see the Innova hot round of the day, Jakub Semerad, 10 down, bogey free.
Yeah, and I think it's great. He played alongside with Paul Ulibarri, and they both shot 10 down. So sometimes when you have a cart mate that you both shoot very well, it's kind of like you guys feel
steam from each other.
Yeah, feel each other fuel, and yeah, 10 downs and looking very solid for going tomorrow.
We have a word first with you, and then with you. If I go here in my office. Thank you.
And here we are in the studio once again. What a day, what a day. We saw great action and great drama in the FPO in the morning, and now with the MPO in the evening. We have the storyline of Niklas Anttila. We have the storylines of Paul Ulibarri coming here from the States, taking 10 down. Jakub Semerad, really solid job. What are we taking home with this?
I mean, very solid playing. I expect some hot scores. Both on FPO and MPO side, the field is very packed. So there is 25 players on MPO side can easily win this tournament. So yeah, exciting weekend ahead.
We have a guessing game still, Teemu. We have OTP shot of the day coming from the MPO. What would it be?
I would vote Finnish Sisuput from Niklas Anttila on hole 12, uphill hole.
I'm going to say Niklas Anttila on hole 18, the last putt of his round.
Could be, but I think the 12 really changed the momentum on Niklas' round. So
it is true. Let's go see what is the OTB shot of the day from MPO, Copenhagen Open 24.
Oh,
of course. We were wrong. Carl-Johan Nybo earned this one.
I forget this one. Yeah, this was the real shot of the day.
Perfect upshot in the basket for Nybo. That's an interesting topic. We've heard and seen Carl-Johan so many years on the scene that we Northerners also call him Nybo.
Yeah.
But I think his last name might be Nybo.
Yeah.
Left to be seen. But here is the scoreboard for the top 10 players on the opening day in Copenhagen Open. Wow, really tight race there. Many 8 downs, many 7 downs. Great playing all in all. And tomorrow morning, 9:40 a.m. local time and Denmark time, the FPO will start their second round and the MPO will again start 3:40 p.m. And I think we're gonna have a sunny day tomorrow.
Yeah, weather expected to be even better Saturday and Sunday, so can't wait for that. I want to thank on my side everyone that watched this stream, and we see you guys in the weekend.
I just want to express my humble thanks to all of you on the other side of the screen. Thank you for following the disc golf scene in Europe, and we'll see you tomorrow once again. Bye for now.